Aloha everyone, my name is Charles and this is the Hawaii Volcano Watch Report. In this report we watch two volcanoes here on the big island of Hawaii, that being the Mauna Loa Volcano and the Kilauea Volcano. First up in this report is the Mauna Loa Volcano. The Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reported on May 27, 2021 at 12:11 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time that on Mauna Loa for the past week, HVO seismometers recorded approximately 39 small magnitude earthquakes below Mauna Loa, most concentrated below the summit and upper elevation flanks of the volcano. All of the earthquakes over the past week were less than a magnitude 3 and occurred mostly at depths of less than 8 kilometers or about 5 miles below ground level. Global positioning system measurements show low rates of deformation on the summit region over the past week as well. While gas concentrations, which are below 2 parts per million for SO2, and fumarole temperatures below 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit at both the summit and the sulfur cone on the southwest drift zone remain stable. The current rates of seismicity at the summit remain slightly elevated and above long-term background levels. Mauna Loa monitoring data streams, however, show no significant change in deformation rates or patterns that would indicate any increase in volcanic hazard at this time. Based on this information, there doesn't seem to be any significant changes in deviation to the current patterns of activity in the Mauna Loa volcano, so that will conclude the Mauna Loa portion of the update. Next up is the Kilauea Volcano, with HVO reporting on May 27, 2021 that the Kilauea Volcano is no longer erupting. That is right, the Kilauea Volcano is no longer erupting. Lava supply to the Halema'uma'u Lava Lake has ceased and sulfur dioxide emissions have decreased to near pre-eruption background levels. So accordingly, the USGS Hawaii Volcano Observatory has lowered the volcano alert level for ground-based hazards from watch to advisory, and the aviation color code from orange to yellow. Lava supply to the lava lake appears to have ceased between May 11th and the 13th based upon elevation measurements of the lava lake's surface that showed the surface was no longer rising. Dwindling lava supply over the previous month had caused the active lava lake to shrink to 2 small ponds by May 11th and was completely crusted over by May 20th. The last surface activity on the lake was observed on May 23rd. Changes in the lava lake has been accompanied by a drop in gas emissions to levels close to pre-eruption background level. Seismic tremor persistent during the eruption has weakened significantly but continues to indicate some shallow magmatic activity. Since May 11th, there has been weak inflation and an increase in shallow volcanic tectonic earthquakes at the summit, suggesting magma entering the system is being stored at depth. These observations indicate that the eruption in the Halema'uma'u at the summit of Kilauea Volcano has paused. It is possible that the Halema'uma'u vent could resume eruption, or that Kilauea is entering a period of quiescence prior to the next eruption. HVO will continue to closely monitor Kilauea's seismicity, deformation, and gas emissions, and maintains visual surveillance of the summit and the East Rift Zone for signs of renewed activity. There are currently no indications suggesting that a resumption of volcanic activity is imminent. Kilauea remains an active volcano and future eruptions are possible at the summit or elsewhere on the volcano. Should volcanic activity change significantly, a new volcanic activity notice will be issued. So there you have it. Officially, the Kilauea volcano is no longer erupting, and we are now back into an inactive state or pause. So now we are basically just asking the question, when will the Kilauea volcano erupt again? Well, I want to point out something and take a look at this particular chart. What we're looking at here is a chart that that represents the change in distance between two global positioning system stations that are located on the opposite sides of Kilauea's caldera, and that a rapid increase in distance could be interpreted as inflation of the summit magma reservoir. And if you look at this graph, there on December 20th, we see the sharp drop in the distance between the two stations. That indicates a contraction, that the caldera rim shrunk a little bit. And that indicates deflation, which is exactly what we would expect to see at an eruptive event like this. However, if you notice though, since that eruption began and all the way up till the current date, this chart is for May 27th, we can see that inflation or expansion of the caldera rim has began to increase and has almost recovered to where it was just before the December 2020 eruption began. So the question it was, when will Kilauea erupt again? Well, if this chart is any indication, it could be sooner than we might anticipate. Next, I want to show you some before and after images of the Halema'uma'u crater. This first image was taken on December 20th, 2020, just after 6 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and it shows the water lake that had been growing at the base of the crater over the prior year and a half. This water lake, which had risen to a depth of 50 meters or 164 feet, was quickly vaporized. This next image was taken the morning after the eruption began at around 6:30 a.m. and it shows that the water lake is completely gone, while we have two eruptive events shown on the north and northwest walls of the crater, erupting lava into the growing crater lava lake. The lava lake rapidly grew, and within a week, the eruption became focused on the vents on the northwest wall. Activity remained focused there for the remainder of the eruption. The December 2020 eruption of the Kilauea Volcano generated a lava lake in the Halema'uma'u crater that filled approximately 229 meters, or 751 feet of the base of the crater. In this final image, we see the state of the lava lake as of May 27, 2021 at 11:06 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. It is to be noted that over the past month, eruptive activity has dwindled, and on May 26, 2021, the USGS Hawaii Volcano Observatory lowered the volcano alert level for ground-based hazards from watch to advisory and the aviation color code from orange to yellow, reflecting the eruptive pause. And that will do it for this edition of the Hawaii Volcano Watch Report. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button already, I invite you to do so now. Plus, select that bell icon and click all notifications so you don't miss out on any great content. Until next time, you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening.